Welcome to another episode of Bedlam Buds. This is a Thanksgiving edition. Boomer Sooner right here, and this is my buddy Jeremy.
Go Pokes.
And today it's going to be Go Turkey, as we're talking about the best Thanksgiving foods. It's going to be a countdown. Everybody loves a list, and I'm starved. Right now, I'm starved. I'm a little thirsty. I was hoping that we could do this video over a nice glass of bourbon, but I have to drive somewhere, so that's a no-go.
That's probably not a good idea, yeah.
Not a good idea. So Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays, not only because it is symbolic toward gratitude, but because of all the food. And Jeremy, I know that you've put together a list, but I put together mine, and I feel like mine is kind of lame. And so it kind of a lame fat boy list, like every predictable thing that could be on a Thanksgiving top 5 food list is there. You're not going to get some sort of exotic dish from me. So if you're ready, I'll go ahead and start my list.
Let's do it.
In Casey Kasem style. You might not know this, but I have an actual signed photo of Casey Kasem up on my wall.
Yeah.
His personal assistant called me because I had requested an autograph. This is obviously before he died.
One would assume.
One would assume. Okay, so let's start at number 5. And at number 5, I have, let me just make sure, at number 5, I've got leftover turkey sandwiches. And I'm being very specific about this because the leftover turkey sandwiches can have the white meat. But on Thanksgiving Day, I only want the dark meat. I like the dark meat by itself, but the white meat's a little dry, and I think it's better day after. I love a good turkey sandwich with mayonnaise, real mayonnaise, not Miracle Whip, real mayonnaise. I could eat that for days, maybe even weeks. But on Thanksgiving Day, it's going to be dark meat turkey.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. All right.
Yeah.
Number 4. This is where my Eastern Oklahoma roots really shine. Number 4, cranberry sauce from a can.
Oh, you're one of those?
One of those. I want to see the wrinkles. I want to see the indent from the can there. It tastes better.
You want to hear, when you shake the can, you want to hear that slosh sound?
Oh, yes. I want to hear
yeah.
I want to hear the vacuum-packed cranberry sauce come out. I don't want any little extra bits in my teeth. I just want the taste of cranberry to go with the turkey. And by the way, I should note, Thanksgiving dinner food is something that I can eat all year long. In fact, my wife will often make Thanksgiving dinner, just on a random day in the middle of the summer.
Well, absolutely. And that's the beauty of this. This list is, Thanksgiving foods. We're not saying that it has to be eaten only on Thanksgiving.
All right, number 3. This is another very specific to me selection. It is pumpkin pie, but only with Cool Whip. I'm not interested in pie in general unless there's ice cream, but I don't want ice cream with pumpkin pie. I want Cool Whip, and I want more Cool Whip proportionally than there is pie. In fact, the pumpkin pie is just a conduit for the Cool Whip.
There's a Family Guy episode with Stewie, and he goes, Cool Whip.
I know. And Brian's like, why you saying it like that? I know, purposely. And Brian goes, why you saying it like that?
Right. Whip. Oh,
So
oh man.
And cold pumpkin pie is even better than day of.
Even better. It's a good thing this is a no judgment zone because, I have that on you.
Well, I knew. That's why I should go first. You've traveled the world. I've only traveled it a little bit. I'm sure yours are going to be much more interesting. My number 2, though, is one that's pretty universal among Thanksgiving food aficionados, and that is green bean casserole with French fried onions. You have to have French fried onions, and they have to be crunchy. It can't be soggy. Love green bean casserole. You're not. That's not your jam.
Green bean casserole. I don't want to get into my list yet. So I'm just gonna sit here and just politely smile and shake my head.
So if you could guess, if you were a betting man,
yeah,
what is my number 1?
Mashed potatoes and gravy.
Well, I love mashed potatoes and gravy. In fact, I'm a brown gravy guy. For Thanksgiving, it would be turkey gravy or giblet gravy. No, it's dressing. It's stuffing. My mom used to make bread stuffing, and
Yeah.
my mom got that from my dad's mom, from Beulah, and, but bread stuffing, the best. We don't eat stuffing nearly enough in general. It doesn't have to be in the bird, although I like it better when it's not necessarily stovetop. I do love stovetop, but I love bread stuffing is a little bit more moist. I know a lot of people don't like that word, moist.
Moist.
It's a little more moist.
Moist.
And it's just it's more of a fat boy food than regular stuffing is. That's my number one. That is the non-negotiable for my list. But all five of these, the gap between number five and number one, not that wide.
Right. Well, see, that's the beauty of this is that, this is, kind of picking fine hairs there. This is not that there's a massive, difference and number one is way up there that it's, but, even though it's a non-negotiable, it's so far ahead of the mac and cheese or whatever else that whatever else disasters it is that you said, um, that, and so, and I always say this, I said this whenever taught and, one of the beauties of America is you are entitled to your opinion no matter how wrong it is.
Right. Right. Well, I'm very interested, man. Let's get started with your list.
Okay, so my top 5 list, and this was tough. This was not easy. Now here's the thing. Green bean casserole is an honorable mention, but it is very specific. Green bean casserole to me, it's either really good or it's really bad. I've never had green bean casserole that was like, meh. So that's why I couldn't, put it on my actual list. My number 5 is kind of a strange one, and it's more of a family tradition than what I would call a universal Thanksgiving food. So maybe it doesn't belong on this list. I'm not sure, but all I know is that my wife is out shopping for our Thanksgiving meal right now, and I made sure on her list these were the top items that she had to buy because it's that important to me. Right? We call them pickle wraps. And what they are is you get gherkins, you get cream cheese, and you slather cream cheese around the gherkin, and then you get some of that dried beef, that comes in that jar. Um, and then you wrap that around so you get your salty, you get a little savory, and oh my goodness, boy, when you bite into that with that cream cheese that kind of binds it all together, holy cow, that is that is on the list. I mean, I would have it higher if it was a traditional Thanksgiving food. Right.
I don't see the pilgrims eating this.
Well, the Pilgrims didn't even eat turkey at the original Thanksgiving, so that's why I think it's okay. That's why.
No, it totally is. We're a pickle family, love pickles of all kind. That's interesting. So is it like a beef jerky?
Well, I mean, you get the gherkin, the cream cheese, and you just kind of wrap it around, and so it's just I don't know, it's a tube of pickle and meat. Uh,
Yeah,
And again, that savory, you get the salty from the pickle, a little vinegar. Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering right now.
love it, love it. All
Now,
right, number 4.
originally I had corn, and my wife made fun of me for some reason. She was like,
Corn.
corn. And I was like,
Yeah.
first off, I guarantee you the Pilgrims ate it. Second off, corn is delicious. Don't make fun of corn. She's like, but corn? And so corn.
There's like that TikTok meme. Corn.
Right, right. And so corn is also an honorable mention. But for me,
Now, are you cream style or whole kernel?
whole kernel.
All right, I love cream style. I'm okay with. I like it on the cob. I like it however.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I will eat corn in all its various forms. Just don't put chocolate on it. Corn and chocolate, like popcorn with chocolate on it, it's an abomination. It is a crime against man, God, and nature. It is not. Chocolate by itself, amazing. Popcorn by itself, amazing. Those two together, no, no, no,
Interesting.
just wrong, just wrong. I will,
Mm.
punch a baby about that. That is just not right. Not really, not really. So number 4 to me is mashed potatoes.
So is this number 3? Because I thought number 4 was corn.
No, 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 no. I wanted it to be corn, but I had to kick it with this
Okay.
because my wife said it should not.
So mashed potatoes. So just plain mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes with butter. Mashed potatoes with butter.
All right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm not a huge gravy guy. I'm not a huge gravy guy. A little bit of gravy is fine, but my and part of my problem with some of this is Americans tend to use our food as a conduit for sauce.
Yeah,
Like
I could drink gravy.
right. We'll have mashed potatoes, but it's actually gravy, and you just use the mashed potatoes to get the gravy into your mouth. It's like some people who will have salad, and there's so much salad dressing on there, it's actually like dressing soup with lettuce inside of it. That's not me. I don't do that. So I want mashed potatoes, little pat of butter, maybe a little garlic on top.
Yeah.
Oh, just simple, sweet, perfect.
Instant mashed potatoes or
No, I
or
I would
those-
do some instant mashed potatoes. Yeah, 100%. Now, clearly, homemade is better, but there are times when it's nice to reach in that cabinet, grab that 99 cent of bag of homemade mashed potatoes and go to town, right?
Well, what is that Bob something? I forgot what the last name is, but you can buy the mashed potatoes in the deli counter or the frozen part of the grocery store, and it's already done up for you. It's not Bob Morris, it's something. He's got restaurants.
Okay, well, then
Anywho,
he should know what he's doing then, so that's okay. Number 3, and my list is really not that exciting. It's cheesy potatoes.
oh, okay, so we have buttery potatoes and now cheesy potatoes.
Right, because there's a difference. Now, scalloped potatoes could qualify here. Okay, scalloped
I
potatoes.
love scalloped potatoes.
Right, but you got to have that cheese on there. And my big family Thanksgiving that we just had, my sister made some absolute bomb cheesy potatoes, and I ate those for days. I mean, it was just what 3 days ago, I guess, is Saturday or Sunday, and I would still be eating on them if I hadn't already eaten all that I had.
Are you a baked potato guy?
Oh yeah, that's
A lot of cheese.
oh yeah, absolutely. That's my some of my Peruvian background is how much I love potatoes, or the Irish. I don't know, but I'm a potato guy in all its forms. I honestly am. Now that's my number 3. My number 2 is ham.
So, my wife, just picked up a ham from the honey baked ham store. So I love ham also. Ham can go anytime.
100% ham. And then my number 1, and this is very specific, much like you had, the turkey sandwich post day, next day. Mine is turkey with Worcester sauce and Parmesan cheese.
That is bizarre.
Yeah, I've eaten that my whole life. Don't
So,
ask.
with the sauce and what?
Yeah, yeah.
Parmesan?
So turkey, you get your turkey off of the
Yeah.
bird, right? Me and my cousin Dale used to eat this. Dale. Uh,
I knew Dale when he was 4 years old.
That's right.
Yeah.
So get that turkey, right? But this has to be white meat because white meat is a little more dry, like you said, so it absorbs that Worcester sauce, right? So you get that brown Worcester sauce, as some people say, Worcestershire sauce. It's Worcester sauce, by the way. Just dribble a little bit on that, just get it a little bit soaked in. You put some Parmesan cheese over that. Oh my, that is just
Like
heaven.
the Parmesan that you'd put on spaghetti?
Absolutely, that'll work. If you don't have real
Right.
Parmesan, which most people don't, just get some of that you put on your pizza, you put on your spaghetti, lay that over the top, and that is a dream. Growing up, there would be Thanksgivings where that's literally all I would eat, where I would just eat that.
I would tell you, you've opened my eyes to a couple of things here that I don't know that I'll try because I don't know that those things will all be available to me at once. But I'm a big believer when it comes to food in not yucking somebody else's yum. Just because you haven't tried it, I find that I like most things that I try. I mean, liver and onions, it's never going to happen.
Man, I don't know. Every now and then, it's all right.
I haven't tried it in 28 years. So,
Well, no, and here's the thing. We always call that a no thank you bite. And when I was raising up my kids, it was, you have to try this. And then after you try it, then if you say, this food is not for me, then you can say no thank you. But you got to have that no thank you bite. You tried it before, it was not for you, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
right. It tasted like a disgusting organ.
Well,
Which
because that's what it
is.
is.
Yeah, right,
Exactly what it is.
And for those of you who see me dying in the video over here, I'm coming off of a chest cold, and it just won't go away. So I'm just downing water and coffee. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's exactly what we do.
And later bourbon. That's the 1A. you know, you gotta have your post-Thanksgiving. I'm not driving to my in-laws' place. You could have a little bourbon afterward.
And sometimes you can have a lot of bourbon afterwards. Are you
You
kidding me?
we'll have to have a video on our favorite, bourbons, whiskeys, and whatnot, but, I thought that this would be a fun episode to do. There's no OU, no OSU involved, just a lot of turkey.
Okay, but okay, so now let me ask you this. What is
Yeah.
your least favorite Thanksgiving food?
And there's not, you know, I don't know that there's one that I really, really dislike. I mean, I think about, I love deviled eggs. There will be deviled eggs,
Oh, yeah.
tomorrow. Love deviled eggs. I love
Yeah.
all sorts of salad. I love all vegetables. I don't know that there's, to be honest, if I had a least favorite, it would probably be day of white turkey. I always go for the dark meat until it's time for sandwiches. But I love it all, man. It's just, you know, if you I don't
Well,
know that there is one.
but now remember, this is a sliding scale. There
Right.
is just because it's your least favorite doesn't mean you don't like it. It's
I
just
would
the
prob
least.
I would say corn.
Okay, that's fair.
Just corn.
Corn. Now I kind of have a tie on mine. Stuffing, mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Every list that I looked at of various traditional type of Thanksgiving meals had mac and cheese. Get the mac and cheese out of here. That is not for Thanksgiving. That is a crime. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in the Mayflower Compact that you should not serve mac and cheese at a Thanksgiving meal.
The first Thanksgiving dinner was not in Wisconsin.
Absolutely. Now, you can't go too far with that because then we got to kick out the turkey, and I got to have my turkey, But mac and cheese is not a Thanksgiving meal. I'm not a huge fan anyway of mac and cheese. Every now and then a little bit, and it's got to be the white cheese. It's got to be the white cheese. None of that the
No,
yellow stuff.
I will tell you, I think the best mac and cheese there is straight out of the box Kraft.
See, and maybe so, but again, I'm not a mac and cheese.
You're not eating it. You're not
Right.
gonna know. Yeah.
Well, and it's crazy because I love pasta and I love
Yeah.
cheese, but once again, those together just it's just not my favorite. But stuffing of the traditional types of, going way back, um, stuffing, I don't see the point, kinda. I know you
It's just
stuff.
it's just bread.
Right. Right, it's just dolled up bread, man. I mean, which is it's okay if that's good for you. Again, everybody's entitled to their opinion, no matter how wrong it is. And stuffing, I can see. I honestly can see why, because it was used inside of the turkey, and it certainly does stretch the meal. And when times are hard, that is something that's really good to have. Is something that stretch that meal out a little bit, to fill you up. And so I understand it. I see its place, but it's just not my favorite.
If you have a favorite out there, if you're watching this video, listening to this podcast, you got a favorite, message me at news@oklahomamemo.com or post it in the comments below if you're on YouTube. We might do another video and read off other people's favorites, especially viewer, listener, if you have a really weird favorite. The weirder, the better. Put it in the comments below. We'll have a special weird Thanksgiving episode.
Well, right, and like my pickle wraps, that's not what one would call a traditional Thanksgiving food, but it's on my
Traditional
list
to
to
It's
my favorite.
traditional to you.
Right.
You got it. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Eh,
I was gonna say, and go
Sorry
ahead.
about that. My headphones keep sliding off because I got my hat on here. So,
I was just gonna say, for those who don't know, our families have known each other for 40 years. So yeah, so I know exactly where he's coming from. All right, we're gonna call it a day here for this episode of Bedlam Buds. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, share this with your friends, pay homage to us in the comments below by ridiculing us to your heart's extent, and most of all, have a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
absolutely.